Fucking the UVTV motherfucker. I'm gonna kick spiritual ass and do this for my people. On God. Then young nigga for feeling me. Yeah. Today I'm gonna be talking about the supernatural. The supernatural is a mechanism of existence and a observable ability to make the unseen be seen. Because just in general, right, when it comes to the spiritual realm or the astral realm or anything of that nature, right, it's just based upon what your spirit is doing, and the spirit is incorporeal, so it's immaterialized. So it's just the essence or the entity of something, or something that's dealing with the overall existence, and it's like a mechanism, it's like an ability, and there's no particular shape and form of how that can be produced. So it produces and emanates, and it likes to make thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and based upon what it's trying to make the you know what I'm saying, like within the whole entire mechanism and stuff like that, right? It is no shape and form. So the same way how it's invisible or it's immaterial or it's incorporeal, aka it's not dealing with the material, it's not dealing with the physical realm, it's not dealing with the matter of the whole situation and stuff like that, all the way down to physical matter. So from it being the essence, right, it blown in the wind, it being immaterialized and stuff like that, it's just the no shape and form of something beyond just yourself. And we're taking things that are naturally and organically being produced, and we're trying to based up, you know what I'm saying, like that's like something that's like true to you. Okay, that's based upon your own naturalistic natures and stuff like that. So that's based upon your own subjective point of view. So it's more based upon, oh, your subjective perspective or outlook or worldview or your space or your atmosphere, so to speak. So based upon you having your own atmosphere, that's like you moving like the sun or the moon or the celestial body. So it's like you having your own sky. It's like you having your own clouds and stuff like that. So that's why motherfuckers be walking around with an aura and they got dark clouds, and then people be walking around having pure and clairvoyant skies and atmospheres. Oh, it's very clear skies today. Oh, we can really see. Oh, it's really vibrant today. Oh, it's really colorful today and stuff like that. Oh, it's a good day today and stuff like that, because everything is seen way more clearly. It's not a cloudy type of day. It's not a thunderstorm type of day or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? We're getting the pure essence of how you are as a person based upon your own characteristics and mannerisms and behaviors and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make it make sense. So, just in general, right? Anything dealing with the supernatural is just anything that's extensively or largely natural, organic, or instinctive. So, based upon your instincts, right, is going to lead to stuff like intuition. It's going to lead things like insight, which leads to foresight, aka you foretelling something of something you want to happen in the future of where you see yourself, but you have to try to make that part of the present moment and ground yourself and try to manifest and materialize to actually make it happen now. But you can't do that without taking things from your past, which you already done experience, all the things you already done observed, and making it part of the present. And then, yeah, the whole thing itself is like a mechanism. Oh, you're taking things from the future, but without your future, you need to understand your past. Without the past, you can't understand the present. And then the things that's in the air is, oh, you being able to understand the whole mechanism itself, past, present, future. You know what I'm saying? So just in general, right, based upon me talking about like the supernatural and stuff like that, is extensively or largely natural, organic, or instinctive. So it's kind of like common sense or the common mentality or the common meaning and reasoning behind the mechanism itself at the highest, most natural point. And then the most natural point is going to be something that's superbly natural and stuff like that. So it's something that's really large and extensive. So like what's the common space that we all in? Right? What's the common thing that's part of existence? What's the common atmosphere? What's the common um, states of being that come naturally towards somebody? So it's the same way how someone has a natural ability or talent or skill and stuff like that. It comes natural to them. It's not something where it's like, oh, I need this particular thing to do this ability. I'm just naturally good at this thing, just instinct, just you know what I'm saying, like just like intuitively or instinctually. It's just, oh, I just have this gut feeling to where I just know how to do it for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no like. See, this is how motherfuckers who be like prodigies and stuff like that, when it comes to certain subject matter, they automatically good at it. That means based upon a previous lifetime and stuff like that, you paid a lot of attention, you paid a lot of spiritual currency towards that, to where it became something abundant. So even you being a different shape and form, a different mentality, a different body, based upon you being a spirit and a body, taking on different shapes and forms to expand your awareness and then condense into a new one. You know what I'm saying? Doing something that's outside the box or outside of your container, or trying to make your container bigger in itself, and then you having an actual container, aka it condensing. So you can see the parameter of how far that can go for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to test out the engineer. You're trying to test out the productivity. You're trying to see how well you can do that mechanism and try to expand on that. You know what I'm saying? Of how much you're able to frequently do it, which creates a vibe, which is going to create the mind matter. And then the mind matter is going to take the actual matter to make it actually manifest and materialize into the flesh to where we can see that in the external realm and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing itself is like a mega, it's like a order. You know what I'm saying? Like a natural order. It's like a natural mechanism. So from it being a mechanism, it's like a birth, life, death, resolution. Summer, fall, winter. I said that completely wrong. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Birth, life, death, resolution. And based upon it being an entire mechanism, once you start to understand that based upon someone being born or understanding your own existence, you start to get the natural essence and you start doing things based upon some supernatural nature. And anything dealing with the supernatural is like I was saying before, it's something that's extensively or largely natural, organic, or just instinctual. So it's outside the laws of nature. So from y'all trying to turn it into like a law, even though we have free will, you know what I'm saying? Like consider we all can move based upon our own free will and a free volition from us being entities, from us being in our natural states of being and stuff like that, from us being a part of existence in itself, us having our own natural natures, us having our own characteristics, our own worldview and stuff like that. We're basically creating our own atmosphere. We're basically creating our own space. We're basically creating our own world based upon birthing these thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions and making them a part of reality the best way we know how. So it's the same way how you can have a belief in yourself and you can spit game when it comes to your beliefs. But the whole thing itself is about believing in everything, but not believing in anything. Keyword in, because if you're in something, oh, you're in a shape and form. So when you start to move more like that, you're gonna gain more knowledge and wisdom because you're not thinking based upon a bias. You're not caring about if it's going for you or if it's going against you. The universe in itself is gonna go through you. So from it going through you, you're gonna have a wide range of different beliefs, right? But it's not you just gonna fall into one pocket of what it is. You're just gonna cater to something based upon what naturally comes to you, but it's still like a natural order of things. It's still like a mechanism and stuff like that. That's like the same way how I got born. If I wanted to make that make sense. Oh, the way how I got born is based upon my skin pigment, right? I'm African. My ancestry comes from there and things of that nature. Oh, I was born in Georgia, specifically Atlanta, right? And I grew up in a certain surrounding environment and stuff like that. And based upon that surrounding environment and how I grew up, that's what make me who I am now. You get what I'm saying? So all lifetimes, all the way down to what's going on right now and things of that nature, right? All those accumulations, all those experiences, all those things I observed, the same way how you observe thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, right? Because you have to attach to those things. Fuck. You have to attach to those things. Like you have to choose off your own free volition because you have free will if you want to act on those abilities, if you want to pay attention to that and actually attract different energies from what you're paying attention to. So based upon what you're paying attention to and you focusing on it and you concentrated on it long enough, you're making it concrete. So if you pay attention to a lot of negative shit, you're going to attract a lot of negative shit. If you pay attention to a lot of abundant or positive type of things, you're going to attract a lot of positive or abundant type of things. But life in general is about the ups and downs. So it's like how I was saying before, life don't work through you. Life don't work against you or for you. It works through you. So sometimes it's gonna work for you, but sometimes it's gonna go against you. But if you able to stay on that equilibrium and try to stabilize it and try to equalize it and try to make it more secure, regardless if it's going within your bias or not, that's how you get the overall essence and the overall knowledge and wisdom of how to move. And you're gonna be in that more freely moving spirit. Like a free spirited type of person. I don't know why I said freely moving spirit, but yeah, like a free spirited type of person, right? Because you're able to pick up the space, the creation, the essence, the natural essence, like the natural shape, not even the natural shape and form, but like the natural observation point of where something come from originally, like what made something the way it is in the first place. You're gonna pick that up first, way before anything, and then it's gonna automatically lead to something instinctual, something insightful, something based upon a vision, based upon how you see it and how you perceive it, but not getting too lost into the reception. Because the minute you start getting too lost into the reception, a lot of that is gonna get lost into translation type shit. So it's gonna be like too much light is gonna end up blinding you. If you wanted to make that like an allegory, like, oh, too much light end up blinding you, even though a lot of stuff based upon us being in the conscious realm, us being in the third dimension, us being in the physical, we'll look at it like, oh, it's a see it to believe it type of thing. Like if I don't physically see it, I don't believe in it whatsoever and stuff like that. But the whole thing is a mechanism. Like what made that came to be in the first place to make it so they could do that. That's how that's the main reason for us being human or us using human vessels and things of that nature, right? That's something that we did. We're expanding our mind, and then we're basically contracted into a new one. Oh, we're expanding the space we in to where we had enough awareness and um we had yeah, like we basically had enough awareness to contain ourselves into the different flesh and organs when it comes to being in a human vessel compared to like an animal, which is why humans gonna be end up being smarter than animals, and we're trying to expand out of these bodies, this shape and form, this vessel, the human vessel, so we can expand to something broader than that. And then it's gonna lead into what I'm talking about right now with like the whole supernatural shit, where oh, from us being superbly naturally organic with our point of view of how we look at stuff, and then we like to expand these things so you can expand the space that you're in, you can expand or extend your creativity, your abilities that you're able to do. You know what I'm saying? Your knowledge and wisdom, your know-how. And once you expand on that based upon you having more experiences, is gonna make it so, oh, you can have a bigger container so you can take on more things. So that's kind of like celebrities for the most part. Oh, they can beat themselves around a million people. They're able to take on all the hate. They're able to take on a million different people talking about them, but they still gonna find a pocket to where they're in a space or state of being where, oh, I'm still gonna be able to be myself. And I know my natural state of being beyond what people are saying. So whatever expectation or whatever shipping form they're trying to put me in based upon an agenda, a narrative, a sob, whatever it is, that's here nor there. I know what I'm trying to make. I'm trying to create what I'm trying to do, my abilities. So if you're trying to block that, it's gonna say way more about you than me type shit. You know what I'm saying? So all these are really just disclaimers. But the minute you start talking about supernatural type of shit, right? It's something that's above and beyond the laws of nature. So the fact y'all even trying to put a law on it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to make it like a thing like, oh, this is illegal or legal against or for the natures of something and stuff like that. That's like some scientific type of thought. I'm gonna get there though. But like, you know what I'm saying? Because anything like just replace the word science or scientific with technology. So it's the study of some type of way you can make a technology out of something. And then it's gonna clear up like a lot of shit. A lot of shit. All the different branches. It could be physics, it could be chemistry, it could be biology. Because anything dealing with something that's spiritual, which is really just supernatural type of shit, right? It's gonna be something that's supernatural. It's gonna be something that's super organic. It's gonna be something that's paranormal. So it's beyond a scientific explanation. It's beyond technology. It's beyond the external world. But it's like a mechanism that's happening from us being a part of existence in itself. Because you wouldn't be sentient right now if that wasn't going on and stuff like that. So like, because I know what I just said, niggas gonna be all like, oh, so if you going against science, then like you're like a pseudo fantasy out of your mind type of person because of this and a third. Where it's all like, in general, when it comes to these things, all the way down to supernatural beings, right? Like the jinns or fucking fairies or dragons and all that type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like mythical type of things for the most part. We wouldn't even be aware about it if there wasn't something like that a part of existence. Like you get it? Like it's the overall order or mechanism of existence beyond just the visible, observable universe. You know what I'm saying? Like the unified, distinctive expression in itself. So it's like, just because we don't see it in the external world, just because we don't see it a part of flesh, it doesn't mean there isn't a thing like that though. So like a Pegasus or a dragon, like I just said, or like a you know what I'm saying, or like the angels and stuff like that. There is a state of being. There is a, you know what I'm saying, like there is something like that in existence. It's just not part of the external realm yet. You know what I'm saying? Like we're still trying to manifest and materialize that state of being. That's why a lot of musicians and stuff like that, when they have songs like that, or a lot of like, you know what I'm saying, like TV shows or like movies and stuff like that, where they'll make something like, oh, an angel with wings or like a demon or the jinn or like a dragon or anything like that, like some Dragon Ball Z type of shit. Like like a lot of these animes or like cartoons and things of that nature, right? They'll they'll do like some real war, like they'll do like some real World of Warcraft type of shit, like some StarCraft, Mass Effect type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like of describing these things, and we know these things aren't part of reality. We know these things aren't on Earth, but there's something like that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be aware about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to get y'all lost because I know y'all gonna be getting lost and shit like that. And then y'all gonna be all like, oh, this aliens on Earth. Oh, he's like a UFO conspiracy theory pseudoscience ass motherfucker because this, that, and the third. From the fact we're even aware about it, the fact we even have a thought of, oh, what that is, and then someone trying to make that a part of their imagination, right? And try to illustrate it. They're trying to explain it. They're trying to, you know what I'm saying? They're giving it like a mannerism, a behavior, a state of being, a character behind it. From the fact we're even aware about it, there is something like that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so based upon, you know what I'm saying? Like all the way down to musicians. Okay, musicians do magic, or illustrators, or people who utilize their imagination. That's the magic. So you're using some type of charm or alluring attraction, or you utilizing some mental template, aka your imagination, things coming from your mind, your psyche, and you're trying to make it a part of reality and stuff like that. So when you be like, oh, this person is really creative, this person is really imaginative, they're taking something that's unseen that you can't see. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their own vision, they have this dream, this passion that they're motivated by, and they want to accomplish that goal. They have a vision of where they see themselves. They have this imagination, this fantasy that they want to play out in reality of where they see themselves at. You know what I'm saying? Like their astral location and stuff like that. They see themselves in that space. So to put themselves in that space, they have to be in that state of being. Once you're in that state of being, you're going to make it into a mentality, thoughts and feelings. And once it become a thought and a feeling, that's the thing that's going to motivate you. You know what I'm saying? Get the blood pumping, the adrenaline, give it life force, give it blood. You know what I'm saying? To the point your actual organs is gonna start pumping you up. You get that adrenaline, like your heart, your brain, the different chakras, the different awarenesses, to the point to where, oh, I'm trying to make this thing that only I can see. This is my vision. There's something that's unseen. That's something that came from inside. It was based upon my intuition, my intuitive outlook, my worldview of how I look at it, how I want to go about it. I'm gonna make it relatable to the flesh, to the external world, to this realm of reality, the best way I know how, right? To where I'm trying to make that real. So I'm taking something that's unseen, that's unexpected, that's unanticipated, that we never done seen before. I accomplish it. I accomplish the goal, and I make it be seen to the point to where now it's starting to matter, because it's based upon what I'm paying attention to. I'm concentrating on it long enough, and I'm making it mind matter to where it actually matters in reality. Oh, I made this a job. I made this a occupation. Oh, I made this my dream. I made my imagination, my internal magic, based upon what I paid attention to, and I attracted that energy towards me. So it make y'all look at me like I'm some magical sleight of hand type of person and stuff like that. But all I did was utilize my power, my ability, my imagination, my thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and it mattered to me so much to where I actually made it happen in reality. I created a circumstance to where I was able to birth it. I was able to make a pocket. I was able to fulfill something. I was able to make a lane for myself, a direction, and then now I can make a comfort zone, and then y'all can be a part of it, and then that's it. So in a sense, that's that supernatural shit. Oh, I was able to extend something. I was able to expand on something. I was able to take something from the world at large, like the world that I'm in, and make it a part of the actual world at large, which is the physical world, right? And based upon my imagination, I was able to make the imagination my reality. I was able to make that dream the reality. I was able to make that vision a reality. I was able to materialize it, condense it, make it matter. Make it so, oh yeah, this is actually like a thing that you can do that's actually possible. I turned something that looked like it was impossible and I made it possible. I was a part of all possibilities, and then I utilized God, aka all possibilities, and the potential of what that is, right? And I was able to utilize that in my favor. I was able to make it go my way because I was making the universe work through me, not for me or against me. I was able to go through the ups and downs to the point to where I was able to make my own pocket for that. So that's me working with God. And everyone has their own personal relationship with God, aka all possibilities, all of existence, and then making themselves a part of existence. You get it? Like, Like that's it. So it's like taking your free will, your willpower, and I was able to will that thing into existence. I was able to speak it into existence and make it a part of the flesh, and I was able to live that out. You know what I'm saying? Like actually live that out in the physical in some shape or form. You get what I'm saying? Took something that wasn't a shape or form and I made it a shape or form, and then that's it. So that's why they'll say some shit like, "Oh, the supernatural is something above and beyond or outside the laws of nature," because they look at things from a scientific methodology point of view and stuff like that. So they want to go based upon some empirical evidence when life don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not always gonna go your way, type shit. So it's like it's not always gonna be based upon that's the overall mechanism. That's the overall method. That's like the overall order. You know what I'm saying? It's just based upon technology or the scientific method of what they're trying to study and turn it into technology just in general, right? It's outside and beyond a scientific explanation. That's why it looks some paranormal type of shit, some supernatural type of shit. And then motherfuckers don't believe in it, and then a motherfucker gotta see it to believe it, and then now they believe in it. You get what I'm saying? Like all they did was take their natural state of being and extended it, and that's all a belief is. For a belief to actually happen, you have to believe in a lie. Look at that as like believing in the delusion. But if you're able to make that illusion into an imagination and create it, then you was able to take something that was unseen and making it seen. I made it so, oh yeah, there's a meaning and reasoning behind why I believe in that. I was able to put myself in that space, and I'm showing, oh, there is a state of being of what that is, and I was able to make that part of reality in so much shape and form. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it get motherfuckers out of the what they call that, like the agnostic or the the super atheist type of mind state and stuff like that. You was able to believe in something beyond just yourself, beyond just your ego, beyond just your mind. And we see in reality every day, there's things happening like a mechanism all the time of something happening outside yourself. That's why it be spaces between me and you. Okay, I'm sentient, you sentient. Obviously, you're doing something to make it so you're aware or you're sentient beyond just what I'm doing. There's something that the animal's doing beyond just myself and what I'm doing to make it so they can do that. Okay, there's something when it comes to the seasonal transitions and the circadian rhythm and dawn till dusk. You know what I'm saying? Daybreak to the twilight zone for the sun and the moon and the earth axis to be moving and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an overall atmosphere. There's an overall mechanism. There's a order. You know what I'm saying? It's just you gotta find the right mechanism, the right order. And the minute you out of order, you don't know how to be constructive. You don't know how to be productive. You don't know how to be intelligent. You don't know how to gain more awareness. You don't know how to pay attention to the right things that are leading to more abundance and stuff like that. You don't know how to have passion type shit. You ain't spiritual like that. You ain't creative like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the minute you start getting lost in translation, everything else is just gonna be lostness. Everything else is just gonna be, oh, you're just out of order. Oh, you're just getting lost. Oh, you're just, you know what I'm saying? Blindly in the blind type shit. And then too much light can blind you. So you getting lost into the information without trying to get more informed with your internal nature. You're getting lost into the external world when it's the inside out. As above, so below, as within, so without. You getting lost into the without part. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that thing without that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it go deep, bro. Like it's like motherfuckers, you literally can't do it without that external thing. Without that external thing, you can't even do shit. If Homelander don't got his superpowers, he ain't shit without it. You know what I'm saying? Like he just a bitch. Like that's it. Like that's the simplest way I can put that. So yeah, that's the real superpower. The power and ability to extend the abilities and the power that you got. So you can gain more power control over something. But you have to understand you have to understand not everything is under your power control, like an ego. You know what I'm saying? Like not everything is always gonna go your way. But once you accept that, then you get put into scenarios where something could go your way and you can get more power control because you're showing God that you have the ability to keep on creating regardless if it's there or not. You look at it more like a tool or like a convenience instead of a necessity. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not in that needy bitchy type of energy. Like, oh yeah, I need that. And if I don't have it, I feel like I ain't shit without it. See, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? You can't create another circumstance. You can't put yourself in another pocket. You can't put yourself in another state of being. But for the most part, yeah, it's just an order. It's like a mechanism of existence when it comes to anything supernatural. So that's the thing that's gonna be more eternal and everlasting. So you can't take that money with you, right? You could die right now. You can't take none of that materialistic money with you. And then someone had to create that money. Someone had to create the powder wheel concept. Someone had to put the eye of providence. Someone had to create that and cut down trees and stuff like that and make that a value and make that a thing. And the only reason that is the way it is in America because of colonization and capitalism. But here nor there, someone had to create it in the first place. Oh, someone had to create a governing mentality. Someone had to make the Constitution. Oh, someone had to make the capital. Someone had to capitalize off of something. You know what I'm saying? Like someone had to make it. So you should be really worrying about your spiritual abilities. You really should be worrying about how to cultivate something for yourself and things of that nature. You really should be trying to figure out who you are inside, and that's the thing that's going to be internal and everlasting based upon the observation point and the experiences that you had. And you don't get caught up into the external world. You basically like all the lost in translation type of things. You don't get lost into the external world. You don't get lost into technology. You don't get lost into the flesh and try to please the flesh all the time. You don't get lost into the mind, the psyche. You don't get lost into an expectation, an anticipation, a certain thought and feeling. And the only thing that's eternal is your spirit, the natural essence of it being no shape and form, but you expanding the creative ability, the space of what you're observing, because you're observing thoughts and feelings, and you're choosing to attach and pay attention towards one of them. It's the same way how you could think one way 5 years ago, and then 5 years later, you don't think and feel the same way about it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a mechanism. It's like a transition. So birth is a transition, life is a transition, death is a transition, and then the expiration or the resolution and the conclusion is a transition. So based upon those different transitions, that's when you start to learn like, oh, okay, this is like a mechanism. Oh, spring, summer, fall, winter. Oh, okay. Birth, life, death. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like frequency, vibration, matter. Oh, okay. Gas, liquid, solid. Oh, okay. Okay. I see it now. I see it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Yeah. But just in general, right? God is just the overall essence of all possibilities. So things which are everlasting or eternal or happens every single day. So if it's something that happens every day, God has something to do with that. All possibilities. That's something that's part of existence. That's something that's natural. There's not no thing that's gonna just come and go, and you only see it for that one point in time. Like you only see it like every blue moon type shit. If you see that shit every blue moon, that's something a human created. It was something a human created on God. Like that got nothing to do. That's something based upon like a tool of technology and things of that nature. If you see that shit every blue moon, that's something a human created. You know what I'm saying? If you see it every single day, naturally playing out every single day, okay, God has something to do with that. Okay, that has something to do with existence. That has something to do with the overall mechanism to make everything the way it is in general, right? So it's just the overall potentiality of something and trying to actualize the potential, basically, and the overall space. And it's not God as in a deity. And a deity is you deifying something. So if you're deifying something, that's like idol worship. So that's like you worshiping a certain thought and feeling of what you think something is. And based upon how you feel about it, that's how you want to move. And that's the emotion and feeling that you in based upon how you think about it, aka like an ideology or something like that, until it gets proven otherwise. So it's like some it's like some Kobe Bryant mama mentality. That's just the space that he was in, and he created a mentality. That's the thing that made him good at basketball. His own particular way to make him motivated to keep on getting better at basketball, so he can be one of the best, one of the greats when it comes to that sport and stuff like that. Of his particular mannerism, behavior, and fashion, and he just giving game of his experiences, of the knowledge and wisdom that he basically learned over time to make him get really cold at that ability of basketball and stuff like that and cross some motherfuckers over and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a descendant. It's not something that's the angel or the higher angle. It's a descendant. It's a deity. It's like idol worship. So if you're idol worshiping something, you're just doing idol worship. So based upon idol worship, it's taking the space that you're in, aka your spaceship, and you're gonna turn it into a warship. You're willing to go to war for someone else's thought and feeling and belief instead of your own beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really all it is. So if it's something based upon a belief, it better be some culture behind it. It better be part of your culture. That's like me being part of African culture, and I believe in certain things because naturally and organically, that's literally the ethnicity that I am now, and it's part of my race. So that's a train of thought or the state of being that I resonate with the most. Otherwise, I wouldn't be born like that now, for the most part. So based upon that being a culture, I would rather be a part of African culture or make my own way of how I look at African culture, in a sense, and then I can make that a part of it. You get what I'm saying? Instead of me trying to cosplay someone else's culture. So that's where that whole culture vulture shit be coming from. Oh, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker who whitewash or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you have to cosplay some Native American culture or something like that. Oh, you have to cosplay some Asian culture, but you're not Asian, so why are you talking about it? You know what I'm saying? Like unless you have some type of resonant thing going on, like unless you have like some natural resonant thing going on, like I'm not trying to say you can't appreciate other people's cultures that's not your own, but unless you're trying to be a part of it to make it better, unless you're trying to, yeah, unless you're trying to be a part of it to make it better, or you genuinely resonate with it, kind of like I really like anime and stuff like that. A lot of that is Asian man shit for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I like a lot of Asian, Japan, Korean clothing and fashion and stuff like that, and the way they make the material and their clothes and things of that nature, right? Unless I'm trying to be a part of it because I genuinely, sincerely like that shit, or I'm trying to make it better. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm trying to give praise to, oh yeah, I'm giving praise to their culture. Like, oh, I like certain shit within y'all thing, but I'm not trying to cosplay it, y'all though. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless I'm trying to take certain things because I'm inspired and I'm trying to utilize it in my own way, okay, that's one thing. But if you're just trying to cosplay because you lack creativity or you lack, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get lost into the inspiration. Like, you're so inspired by it that you don't got your own particular way of how you would do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, is nothing wrong being inspired by shit. It's just when you take that inspiration and it turns to like cloning, it turned into like cosplay. Like, you can't create your own way of how to do it, basically. So you're just culture vulture and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how to come as yourself, literally. So you have to utilize that as like a spiritual cloth. Basically, you have to use someone else's shit for your own shit because you lack the ability to just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to be somebody else instead of just being yourself. That's like the simplest way I could explain that shit. But yeah, that's the only way I could explain that. Like, bro, like you just lack qualities of knowing how to just be genuine, be sincere. Oh, be true to yourself. Just show who you actually are. You know what I'm saying? Show what you actually fuck with for real. Not you just trying to fit in just you know what I'm saying? Like fake it till you make it type of energy. But like the negative portion, like the super corrupted portion of what that is. Like you're faking who you are, like you're living synthetic, you live in GMO. You don't actually fuck with that shit for real. You're just trying to capitalize off of it for like a trend or something. Like, yeah, like that type of mentality. So anything pertaining to the supernatural, a lot of that is just based upon mystery or abstract or occult. And keep in mind, a cult is just a space of making a cult or you cultivating something, but it's something that's hidden. It's like a hidden culture. So anytime, see, like here's the thing, right? When it comes to occultism and stuff like that, right? A lot of that is just based upon what a cult is. AKA, like a cult is just a type of cult, but it's like a study of a whole bunch of cults that are hidden or things that they don't basically understand for the most part. Like if you look up occultism on Google and stuff like that, they'll bring up like a whole bunch of different occultism symbols and stuff like that. It's really like symbols and representations and cultures or things that people have created that like the government don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like it's obscure to them because you're not those people who created it in the first place. So because you don't understand it, they'll make their own meanings and reasonings behind why it's a thing. So that's why when it comes to cults in general, that's why that strange, abstract, oh, they're doing it for like evil purposes or demonic purposes and stuff like that. That's why a lot of that demonizing energy be coming from. It's not to say that some cults don't be literally doing that, right? Like shit like Satanism and Luciferianism and stuff like that. There are cults that's actually doing that, but a cult is just a type of cult that most just don't understand. It's just hidden. It's like they're trying to understand the meaning and reasoning behind it, so behind why it's so sacred, behind why they're trying to create their own thing, behind why they have that culture, why they in that particular worldview, why do they think that way, and why is it not part of a societal norm? You know what I'm saying? Like in their mind, that's how they look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like the government or whatever, they look at it like, why they not trying to be a part of this societal norm of how they run shit? Why they trying to make their own space of what they're trying to create? Oh, let's demonize that. Let's self-project because we don't understand the hidden intentions, the meaning and reasoning behind why they're trying to make that type of culture. So they're just gonna throw it on there. But you know what I'm saying? Like anything that's like unseen or hidden or secretive or occult-like or mysterious, and mysterious just means anything deal with like mystery and like mysticism, it just means my story. So you understanding the story before it becomes history. So you understanding the meaning and reasoning, the internal story of how you want your life to go, and then it's gonna turn and become history over time and stuff like that. So don't even get lost into history. Get lost into the mystery behind the history to make it make sense. Like, how did that history become to be in the first place? That's like the simplest way I could explain it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna lead to stuff like occultism and mysticism and supernatural type of shit. But if you even into stuff like that in general, that means you're trying to understand yourself. Anything dealing with mysticism, the supernatural, and occultism, or anything that's like secret society, all that type of shit, you're really trying to understand the hidden unknown things about yourself. You're trying to understand capabilities that you have that are hidden or dormant, or things that you're in the dark about that you don't know, and you're trying to have a know-how about it. You're trying to have more knowledge and wisdom. You're trying to figure out how to go about it in your own particular way and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the more you actually start to do things, like experience things that are outside your comfort zone, so to speak, taking things that are in the dark that you're not really into for the most part, and you're trying to make those things show. You're trying to brighten it up. You're trying to gain a know-how. You're trying to gain an ability. You're trying to gain some type of creativity, your own way of how to look at it. The more you try to gain more awareness, it is going to lead to things of you understanding yourself more. And that's going to lead to something that's more eternal and everlasting, because that's what you're here to do. Gain more experiences based upon what you're observing and create these things into shapes and forms. That's why you're in the flesh right now and on earth. You're trying to manifest and materialize these things. You're trying to ground these things. You're trying to create your own little pocket. You're trying to create a culture. You're trying to create a worldview. You're trying to create an atmosphere. You're trying to create a you know what I'm saying? You're trying to create a bubble. You're trying to create a space. You're trying to create a orb to where that can keep on going for your kids, and things of that nature. The most natural and organic way. Because the more you try to do it based upon someone else's program or someone else's culture or someone else's enterprise or someone else's business, instead of you having your own business, you're never gonna know how to mind your own business. You get what I'm saying? Like you're never gonna understand your own mind. You're like, bro, it go that deep. It really go that deep. So you just have to expand what's ordinary to you. Anything that looks like is extraordinary, anything that looks like is uncommon, like something you usually wouldn't do, you're expanding on that. You're taking something that's in the dark, that's shaded, because light and darkness is just a mechanism and stuff like that. Light is just a lighter shape and form, and then darkness is just the accumulation of light, so it's more heavy. So anything that's lighter in weight, right? That's like your light body, your first body, your thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions before it becomes the flesh. Okay, your thoughts and feelings is what's motivating you to have certain actions in the external realm, right? So it's more heavy, it's more condensed. So light is just getting more information or getting enlightened about something. You get what I'm saying? You're getting more knowledge, intellect, awareness, enlightenment, and then you're turning it into shade. You're turning it into darkness. You're turning it into a shape and form, a more dense, heavy shape and form. So that's like someone who has a lot of emotional baggage. So you're carrying a lot of thoughts and feelings on your back. It's the same thing. But the more you know how to tread lightly, you know what I'm saying? Wise as a serpent, light as a dove. The more you know how to tread lightly, you're able to put yourself in a whole bunch of different spaces in general. You're able to put yourself and make yourself a part of a whole bunch of different spirits, aka a whole bunch of different spaces, or a whole bunch of different things, a part of existence, a whole bunch of different creations, and you was able to create your own way, your own world, your own awareness out of the overall things a part of existence, the overall awareness. So it's like what I was saying before with supernatural beings and stuff like that. You're just understanding other states of beings, but you also have your own state of being. You get what I'm saying? So like from you having your own state of being, when you start to understand other states of beings that you're unaware of, you only adding more charisma. You're only adding more characteristics you have. You're only adding more mannerisms, men and women, thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, Adams and Eves. You're only adding to what you're capable of because you're starting to understand things that were unbeknownst to you, type shit. You're basically brightening up things you never even anticipated or expected that you was even able to do in the first place. Yeah, like it's really that simple because the spirit is incorporeal. So it's not containing any matter. So it is no shape and form. So once you understand, oh, that's the thing that's more expansive. That's the thing that's more everlasting. That's the thing that's more eternal. My creative abilities, what I'm trying to produce for myself. Me trying to understand the essence of something, the substance, the subconscious standing before it becomes a stand-in, before it becomes matter. You know what I'm saying? Before it becomes a part of my psyche, before it becomes a part of my mind, before it becomes a thought and feeling. It's the overall space of it being created in the first place for it to even be a thought and idea for someone to even do it, to make them even be inspired to even want to go about it. So you're trying to find more pockets of something that hasn't been seen before and making it seen before. So anything pertaining to the supernatural, it's always going to be something mythical. It's going to seem like it's something that's real fantasy like. It's like some make believe. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like real imaginative. It's like make believe. It's not actually like it's real metaphorical. It's really allegorical. It's like a figurative language. It's like a, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like figurative speech. It's like something that's like rhetorical type shit where it's like, oh, I'm talking about it, but you ain't supposed to take it seriously. Oh, it's like imaginative, it's fiction, it's make believe, it's not nonfiction, it's not a part of reality in some shape or form, right? It's always gonna lead to something like that. But we wouldn't have nonfiction without fiction. You get what I'm saying? We wouldn't have something that you can believe in, that can actually be a part of the world, that you want to have a part of you tomorrow type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it would even be a part of the physical world if we didn't have something that wasn't a part of the physical world. We wouldn't have a societal norm if we found shit that wasn't normal. You know what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't have order without chaos. If you know what I'm saying? Like that's the simplest way I could explain that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always gonna deal with something that's mythical, metaphorical, allegorical, or how scientists like to look at it, pseudo. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going against some atheist, agnostic state of being, some theologian state of mind and stuff like that. Like we ain't coming up with our own ideologies because we all have our own mind. So the more you try to be more in that overall state of being, you're gonna make something that seems impossible and make it possible. And you're basically creating that sentience, you're creating that mind matter, and you're using your imagination, aka your magic. You're trying to utilize your charm, your character, your charisma, and you're able to spell it out. You know what I'm saying? You're able to have some intellectual property. You're able to have some type of awareness, knowledge, or wisdom based upon your own experiences from what you observe, and you was able to create your own pocket, your own lane, and you was able to stick to your actual spiritual truth, something that's true to you, that resonates with you, and that's all the grace God gonna give you for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, if a motherfucker try to block that from you trying to create your own internal heaven, and they're trying to put you in a hell, it's only gonna send them to hell, because you living more gracefully. You're living more in grace and stuff like that, because it's the intentions behind why you're doing that, and then you're trying to gain more attention span based upon the intentions behind why you're doing it. So you're always gonna move more gracefully. You're always gonna move more righteously, and you're always gonna move more free spirited, like, because if a motherfucker is trying to put you in a certain space, in a certain expectation, in a certain shape and form, and they're trying to block that, it's only gonna make them go to hell. It's only gonna make it harder for themselves, because it's like that hater type of energy. Like the only reason you even doing some shit like that is because you don't have no business. You don't have no thing that you're trying to produce for yourself. You don't have no culture. You don't have no creations. You don't have no thing to mind your business about. So you have to get all up in other people's magic, other people's imaginations, other people's worldviews, instead of having your own world and your own thing going on for the most part. So anything that seemed out of the ordinary, no, it's only out of the ordinary for your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. So look, and then look, I'm gonna just end this off, right? You could look at like a supernatural being, like a giant, right? Like a supernatural being, like a giant. Okay, what do y'all be saying when a motherfucker blow up? Keyword, they're blowing up. Oh, this motherfucker big as fuck. Oh, this motherfucker has a lot of influence. Oh, this motherfucker is huge, like a giant, right? So they're acting out the state of being gigantic, of being big, of being enormous. They're taking their big ideas and they're able to actualize them to do big things. And they're able to have big experiences that they can observe, that other people also can observe for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the simplest way I could put that. You can look up any supernatural being, right? Anything that's mythical, and a lot of things that's metaphorical and allegorical and things of that nature, right? Anything that's a figure of speech that's make-believe, but without that wouldn't be something to believe in, aka like idol worship, like how religion like to look at it for the most part. People wouldn't even believe in it without that make-believe, without that creativity behind it, without someone trying to make that imagination attractive, make it charming, make it charismatic. Make it something that's relatable. Make it something that other people want to be a part of based upon what they're paying attention to and how can they attract people what they're paying attention to. Understanding their divine feminine, divine masculine and divine feminine for the most part. So like Adam's and Eve's thoughts, feelings, externalizing, internalizing, expansion, contraction, perception, reception. Without that, you know what I'm saying? Like it, bro, like we wouldn't even have that in the first place without these things. That's why the Bible's so allegorical. It's just talking about the states of beings of, you know what I'm saying? Like look at like the men in the Bible, like thoughts, and like look at the woman in the Bible, like feelings and emotions, right? It's like states of beings. It's like states of awarenesses. It's like things based upon them trying to understand the overall existence of how we came to be, but they have to say it in like a Jewish mysticism concept and stuff like that. They have to say it in like that perspective because they still want y'all to get indoctrinated into how the world got created. You know what I'm saying? Like the creation, the origin of how to look at the world, but that's just their worldview of how they look at the world. It's not to say that worldview isn't an explanation of how to look at it. It's the same way how you can go to Asia and stuff like that. Motherfuckers getting to Taoism and stuff like that. You can go to Africa and stuff like that. They have a lot of spiritual beliefs in Africa of how they look at the world. Like a lot of Egyptian type of things for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like Kemetism and shit like that. So based upon all these different things, they're right in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all right in a way. But it's just their particular worldview of what they're talking about just in general. That's why it's good to understand all the different religions, all the different worldviews, and to believe in everything, but don't believe in nothing. So the minute you can actually explain it, you get the overall knowledge and wisdom. You're able to soak in and resonate and find a pocket. You're able to find a comfort zone that all those different things are missing because they're lost into a bias or an ego based upon them flying too close to the sun and shit like that, and they think it's only supposed to happen in that particular way, and then that's it. Like you basically understand the overall space of how to create that in the first place, so it don't matter which shape and form you try to put somebody in. It don't matter if they high class or they low class. You still gonna find a way, a pocket to explain it, and you can see the order. You can see the mechanism. And you was able to take something that looked like it's supernatural, and that shit just natural. That shit is instinctual. It's common sense. It's a common mentality. It's a common stimuli. It's a common everyday thing that happens all the time. You just gotta know how to perceive it. You gotta know how to see it. You gotta know how to hear it. And I ain't talking about the physical stimuli and the physical organs and the physical senses and stuff like that. It's all spiritual.